Hi, so I'm back with part 4. I think it's part 4 anyway. So I'm going to make 2 little tag pockets. Now with the kit you get 3 of these, and there's another one somewhere, but I'm obviously not using that. I'm only going to do 2, so that's what they're like. And I've already cut them out and I've folded the little bits over. Excuse me. And these I think I printed them out at full size, but they measure 2 4/8 by 4 1/2, and I've cut this cardstock to 3 by 5 1/2. So I've done 2 of them. I've got one of the background pages that I'm gonna put onto the tags and I'm gonna sew around the edges. First of all, I'm just going to do my little tag shape there, turn that over. I know I can't actually see, there's such a glare in here. Oh, it's probably because it's the other way around. Excuse me, got a little frog in my throat. And do that to the other side, just like so. And I am going to back some coffee dyed paper onto these as well. Just nearly knocked my bin and everything else over there. I've got stuff sitting on top of it as well. Right, so I need a bit of coffee dyed paper as well. So I'm just going to, exactly like I've done with the tags, to get some of that background on there. So just glue that. I'm going to stitch around there. So just enough to keep it all stuck down. And can't put my head in the way. There we go, like so. And these will just be like floating around, paper clipped in. Gonna excuse me, sorry about that, I keep clearing my throat, but I need to. It's always when you're on video. So obviously I need to, before I sew, I need to put the coffee dyed paper on the back. And let's move that out of the way. So like I've mentioned in the other videos, I'm using the Traveller's Notebook size, which is in my shop, but the full journal size is in Andrea's shop, and both the links will be below. Right, so I'm just going to glue that again. Now if you're not sewing, then just make sure you're using a good glue and that it's going to go all the way around the edges, because you don't want it to come away. And we'll do the other one. I mean, that glue is okay for tacking things down. It's not really a good permanent glue, I would say. Just my opinion. And it is literally okay for paper to paper, but I wouldn't really use it for anything else. I used to use a lot of double-sided tape as well, but they're just too much hard work. You know, cutting it all off and peeling it, and whereas the glue just does it for you. It's easy peasy. Okay, and just this one. There we go. So I'm just going to go and sew around that, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've sewn around the edges, and you can see the coffee dyed paper is on the back. And you know, I showed you with the tags earlier in the other video, the tension wasn't right, so my tension was at 1. So the cotton that I was using before obviously worked well with that, but this new black cotton I had to move it up to 4, and that's made all the difference. So you just got to tinker around with it and see what works, because every cotton is, even though it can say it's 100% cotton, but you need to know all that, how thick it is, how your machine will work with it. And I'm not expert with a sewing machine at all. I just about know how to work it, turn it on. Took me 2 weeks to be able to fit the new bulb in it. Like, I think it was last month, I was working with a sewing machine with no bulb in it because I couldn't figure out how to get the damn thing out. And then I had to go and watch a YouTube video, and it literally took me a minute to do it. So when you don't know anything, Google it or search it up on YouTube, and there's always an explanation, the easy way. But yeah, okay. Oops, a diddly. Right, so obviously that's going to go on there, and I'm going to glue that. And like I've said before, I always, the side little flaps, I always put them down, and then that one over the top. It just saves things from sticking when you put them in. So just put a little bit there and there to hold that down, and then go around the edges. So whilst I've been doing this, I've been coffee dyeing some of the envelopes. I've backed some of the other tags from the kit that I'm just going to be using as they are. I'm not going to show you that because it's just, you know, I've just glued them on a cardstock, and I'll just recut them out. Okay, and the other one, oops, I'm not sure how many more parts there's going to be to this, because I don't know when I'm going to stop making things. I'm just basically showing you a very easy way to use the kit, to use up some of the things in the kit. You know, other ways, or how I do it. You can obviously do what you wish with it, or any kits. And there's a lot of kits very similar. I know obviously ARTYmaze's kits are, you know, we've got similar pockets, different designs. So you can kind of do the same thing with the other kits if you want to do. So I've got some butterflies that I had to back, because again, with the butterflies, even though I print them out on like a heavier, well, it's a heavier paper weight, you want them to be, your butterflies, you want them to be nice and thick. Well, I do anyway. Not unless you're like completely collaging them down, then it doesn't really matter. But I leave them so that they're a little bit like dimensional. So just trimming these. I do actually have other scissors for these, but I kinda I'm going to keep the little antennas. Forgot what I was saying now because I'm concentrating. Yeah, I do use these little ones for fussy cutting because they're a little bit smaller, they're a lot sharper, and it's easy to like go around them. But I've just literally picked these up, so I'm going to use them. You can buy like proper little scissors for fussy cutting. I don't think I've ever had them. I did once use like nail scissors, little tiny nail scissors, and they were pretty good, and I've still got them in my stash somewhere. But I kind of learned just to go around with any scissors. And I was talking to my aunt last night. We were on the phone having our binge weekly talk. We literally talk for hours. I think last night was 5 hours on the phone. And some of you may know she's got cancer and she's having treatment. And the treatment's working, but she's having really bad reactions to it. So they've had to suspend the treatment and put her onto steroids, bless her. So she's, you know, she's quite anxious about, you know, getting back on the treatment because obviously her cancer spread to quite a few places. But anyway, we were talking about crafts, and we were talking about how it's become such a big thing especially here in the UK. It has always, you know, people have always crafted, don't get me wrong, but you know, it has become such a big thing these days. You know, a lot of people are crafting, doing, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be paper crafts or anything like that, but you know, they're crafting in some shape or form. And especially through lockdown, a lot of people have taken up a craft. A lot of people started businesses through crafting of some sorts, like even when it comes to, like, you know, buying scanning cuts and silhouettes and things like that, where they're like printing out on vinyl, making t-shirts, mugs, glasses, you name it. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's probably trying to, you know, earn a buck or two because of the jobs getting lost and whatever. So anyway, I was saying to my aunt, I said, I keep looking at a scan and cut. I said, I have a Cricut, but the Cricut is on a shelf underneath my worktop, so I don't really have the room to set it out. So I think that's why I don't really use it that much. Or at all, actually. I don't think I've used it at all in the last year. So I'd said about the Brother Scan and Cut, and she goes, oh, what does that do? So I was telling her, and she went, oh, it's a bit expensive for a pair of scissors, isn't it? I was like, well, yeah, actually, when you think about it, it kind of is. I said, but it saves a lot of your time, that having to sit there and fussy cut things out. And obviously I know, you know, it probably does other things, but you know, my whole purpose of it would be literally just to scan it, put it through, get it all cut out for me. But yeah, it was just the way she said that. That's a lot of money for a pair of scissors, Yvonne. I was like, yeah, it kind of is. Right, so I'm going to do that, I think. Just simples. Everything I do is actually really simple. I don't do anything that's not doable. I don't do anything that's confusing either. Oops. Yeah, I do like to keep things very simple. Right, this one here, I think I'll do it that way, because obviously we've got that lovely little L there in the little box with the florals on it. I've actually got a stamp set like that. It was just a cheapy one that I'd bought from the pound shop. It's got all the, obviously all the letters of the alphabet and numbers, I think, and it's in them little boxes with the design. I'll have to get them out and have a play. Okay, so like I said, look how simple that is. Where's my bling? Of course I need my bling. These blings, actually, I think were gifted to me by Lisa, who is Handmade from Lisa on YouTube. Oh, she sent me loads of bling. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 little tags to go in there. I've got some coffee dyed paper somewhere. So I'm just going to measure. So I need that to be, I'm going to do, see with this ruler, I'm going to do 2 inches wide by 4.5. I want 2 of them at 2 inches by 4.5. So I'll just do it that way and try and save some. Did I say 2.5 or 2? See, forgot already. Oh, it is. It's actually 2. 2.25, I think. Made that a bit skewiffy. See, I forgot already. My brain is like mush. How long did I say that was going to be? 4.5. 4.5. It's because I'm yakking away and all sorts of running through my head, thinking craft and scanning cuts, and because I've been talking about it. Okay, right. I want a stamp. We've got a butterfly stamp somewhere. That little one will do. Obviously I'm gonna cut the tabs on them like so. I'm gonna ink up around the edges. I've also got a little tab with all my stamps that are, you know, like I go to all the time. and that's one of them. It does come from a set, but I couldn't tell you where the set is now, because that's just in my little tab. Okay, I'm going to use my archival ink, which I've got potting soil, and I need a stamping block, which is absolutely filthy, rotten, dirty. Give that a little wipe, and that, because this stamp, for some reason, it's probably because I don't keep it in its original packaging, it doesn't stick that well sometimes. Sticking okay now. And I'm just gonna do that. We could colour that in. Oops, round the right way would help. Very simple tags to go in the very simple little pockets. And I'm gonna get some, because there's a bit of black stitching, I'm gonna use some black organza ribbon. And just kind of put that into a V like so, and one, two, done. And yes, I just swept that onto my floor. The floor's a bit of a mess at the moment. It needs a good sweep. So there we go, 2 easy peasy little floating pocket tags. And everything is, well, apart from the words, everything's from the kit. The words are a freebie. I've mentioned that in a few videos. ARTYmaze's Facebook group, ARTYmaze and Friends, and she's got the springtime words. And you've got the words, you've got them in green and the kind of like creamy colour, and then loads of these. Obviously I've used about 2 strips off of that, but you get a full A4 size. So that is that. Right, I will be back with another part. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but you'll see when I do that. So thanks for watching. Bye.